Before you continue, make sure to like and subscribe for more scary stories. My Possessed Daughter, Part 2. I didn't know where we were going. I just kept driving and driving, never daring to look back. That's when I noticed my daughter hadn't moved. When I looked down at her, I could see she was muttering something to herself. Tensu Metsu. Tensu Metsu. Tensu Metsu. A chill ran down my spine. Her face was pale, and she was trembling. I shook her, trying to wake her up, but when she opened my eyes, what I saw horrified me. Her eyes were rolled back in her head. All I could see were the whites of her eyes. Her teeth were gritted together, and she was foaming at the mouth. Her face had changed. She didn't even look like my daughter anymore. She just kept growling over and over, "Tensumetsu! Tensumetsu! Tensumetsu!" I kept driving, and finally I saw the city lights up ahead. We came to a church, and I pulled over to the side of the road. Scooping my daughter up in both arms, I carried her into the church and started screaming for help. An old priest appeared from a doorway and asked what was wrong. I told him about the thing I had encountered on the mountain road. He took one look at my daughter, then snatched her from my arms and laid her out on the church altar. As I watched, crying and shaking with fear, he took out some rosary beads and held the little wooden cross to my daughter's forehead. Then he started reciting prayers in Latin. The priest let us stay there for the night. He put my daughter in a spare bed and stayed up with her all night long, holding her hand, anointing her with holy water and reciting prayers over her. He placed a Bible on her chest and a scapula around her neck. He told me my daughter was possessed by a demon and he had to try to perform an exorcism. He said that if it was not done and my daughter stayed like this for 49 days, she would never recover. She would be left permanently insane. The priest instructed me to leave my daughter with him so that he could perform the necessary rituals. He said that if I stayed, there was a good chance the demon could possess me as well. It has been a week since my daughter was possessed, and the priest is still taking care of her. I check on her every day. It's like she isn't even my daughter anymore. She smirks and looks at me with indescribably horrible eyes. I just want my daughter back. If you ever find yourself on a lonely mountain road, whatever you do, don't stop. The end. Don't leave without liking and subscribing, or you may be possessed too.